Hey guys.
Hello, hi everybody. We're in episode number 2 of Dropshipping News Monday with Maor Amar, and we'll start in a moment. Before that, let's wait a couple of moments for more people to join in, and we'll start. Anything you want to say, Maor?
No, I just wanna add that I'm super excited regarding the dropshipping news series that we just launched, and we got a lot of good feedbacks from the last episode. Actually, I was getting a lot of messages, and I'm very happy regarding that because this was something that was happening so spontaneously by me and Eagle, and I'm guessing that as long as we will proceed with that, then it's gonna be more professional and more helpful for people.
Exactly. And it's funny, it's started when Maor just called me and said, hey Gil, there's a lot of things happening on in the world. Why not show it and share it with the group? And I think it's a great idea. And we're glad we do it because both Maor and I received great feedback from you guys. So again, you are welcome to post your questions in the chat, or also in the group. You can send questions as posts, and we can either take it as ideas for our next episodes, or even in this episode if we'll catch the question on time. We'll leave time for questions. So we have a couple of interesting topics for today, news topics, but also Maor prepared a bonus to talk about something else, which is business policies, right?
Yeah.
And we'll cover it a bit later. But let's start with Walmart. So I've heard that Walmart added more states that will be required to take tax for every time you purchase. So can you explain about that?
Yeah, so if you guys source items from Walmart and you receive and read emails that are coming from Walmart, so you see there is an announcement regarding sales tax that they just launched, where they say that they're gonna collect sales tax for more countries, and I think they added about 6 or 8 countries. States, I mean, sorry. And that means that for us as guys that doing dropshipping from Walmart, we should always understand and know that it might be a sales tax regarding that, and it of course should reflect into your break even or the way that you are pricing your Walmart items.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One thing I want to say, and I talked to you about it before, that although it might seem like maybe a bit of bad news, but also remember that it's not only you who will have to have less profit or higher prices. It's also all your competition who will now have to raise their prices because they either want to accept the loss or they want to to have a higher price and have enough profit. So I don't think there will be a dramatic kind of decrease in sales, I guess, but I think that it is maybe something that important to account for, especially because there's a lot of fees, a lot of things that you have to apply and calculate when you're calculating your profit and how your business is going. So that's something that's important to know and to take account of.
Yeah, and I'm gonna share in the comments on the group the states that the countries, I mean the states that was added with tax on Walmart. So this is news, guys. So you should know how to deal with that or how to change your break even, just in case.
Okay, great. So the next thing we would like to talk about is cashback sites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cashback sites has been around, I think, for the last 10 years, and it's growing, and people are using them in order to purchase the product and get cashbacks. So I'm gonna give a few examples, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about what cashback sites are good for guys that doing dropshipping. So mainly what they actually do, they are connected with the affiliate program of any website that they collaborate with, and once you click on the link and go through them to your supplier or through to your website that you want to purchase an item, you will get a portion of the sale. It doesn't always applicable, but anyway, if it's applicable, then you will get the cashback, and it's a good way for us because we are a repetitive customers that always come and purchase products on Walmart, Amazon, AliExpress, which gives a very good actually cashback. And there are a few familiar and very good cashback websites. So I'm gonna speak about the first one. The first one is called Ebates. So Ebates is, I think it's like one of the most successful websites in terms of affiliate. So it's very popular around the world. They have a very good technology. So they have like the Chrome extension and everything, and people are doing a lot of money with it. I can tell you that as a dropshipper, along the years, I've made at least thousands of dollars with them, and that's very great because this is money on the floor. You should just pick it up. The second one is called Top Cashback, which is lately became more and more popular, and I think it's because it's less. I mean, Ebates is less friendly for dropshippers, and it's not coming from them. It's coming from the website itself. So let's say that I'm Amazon. I don't want to give or reward someone that is a repetitive customer of mine. First, because he's already a customer, and second, if he's a dropshipper, then there is no point or there is no, I think, incentive for them to reward such an activity. But I can tell you the Top Cashback is less strict than Ebates, but again, each one of them has is pros and cons. But I can tell you that Top Cashback is very popular, very user friendly, and very good one. And you can get your money into your PayPal account. You can take it as a gift card, and all options are available. I think that last time we withdrew money from Top Cashback was by you, if you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we took a couple of, I think it was $600 or something
Yes.
like that, and it was just for a very short period of activity. So again, it's money on the flow, it pays the bills, and it's very good to use. The last one that I want to mention is Be Frugal, which is also a very popular website. And I can tell you guys that Be Frugal is very popular, very good one. But I'm getting a lot of responses from guys that told me that they closed their account and they lost the money in there. Of course, it's not a loss because actually you did nothing. You just passed through them into Amazon or Walmart. But the lesson of all of this, and this is to summarize, always use a cashback website because it's just free money. And if you are using retailers such as AliExpress, then it's a must. It's a must be. I think that the cashback can go up to something like 15% in days of double cashback. Like in normal days, you can get around 8%, which is this is huge, and on double cashback days, you can get about 15. Crazy.
So you said there are some people that have their accounts closed. So let's talk maybe about limitations. What we have to be careful of. Maybe a certain amount of money, certain amount of products, suppliers. So can you explore that a bit?
Yeah, so first of all, what is very important for these websites is to first recognize you as a legit person. So what they normally want to see, they want to see you guys enter the website using their affiliate, but if you're gonna do it excessively, at least at the beginning, they will probably shut you down very fast, so you need to be careful a little bit about it and the way that you are doing that. And second, if you are using a cloud computer or a way, if you use a multiple accounts or any other way like that, then I will always suggest you guys to open more than one in the affiliate websites in order to split at least the number of orders that I'm driving through this channel. Second of all, use all cashback websites just as a backup method. So drive sales through one supplier, through one cashback website, then from second cashback website, and also check the differences. See who is working with you, who helps you get to your goal best. And I'm guessing that this is it, but I can say that most of people are not always using cashback websites because not all softwares are supporting these cashback websites. So don't be afraid to demand, like don't be afraid to ask all these softwares out there to add cashback websites, because this is one of the benefits that we should profit from.
Mhm. So we mean that when there's an auto order robot that orders the item, you want it to go through a website like that, and many monitors.
Exactly.
And this is becoming more popular, and people are expecting to have that, to having the monitor an option to put your own username and password in that cashback account, so that it will go through it. And so you're saying that it's something to be okay to expect from a monitor, because it's something that is now more and more popular.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think that we covered this topic, but I'm gonna give you an option, guys. If you have questions, this is a very good time to ask regarding cashback websites. So in general, just to summarize, as mentioned, you should always use or try cashback websites. It's always best, it's always the right way. And you should know that if you are working also in other arenas such as Germany or UK, you should always look for that in those areas as well. It's not very popular like it's in the United States, but again, an option. Last thing regarding that, I just want to say that a cashback website is always a very good idea for a new supplier, because the one that gives you like the most cashback, you should always use it, or think at least about using it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I also have a little tip here that let's say you're using Amazon, you want to use cashback from Amazon. You won't get a cashback for all products. The days are gone. Before that, you could get 5%, even 7% cashback on everything.
Everything.
Yes, but now it's not the case. So my suggestion to you is to go to those cashback sites and see what categories or subcategories are now giving you cashback. Sometimes it's even 7%. Sometimes when it's double cashback, it can be a very, very big number. And that's good, because this means that the more products that you put that are from that category in your eBay store, the higher the chance that you will get cashback. Because if you just put products, general products as you usually do with the store, the percentage of items with cashback is quite low, right? It's like not a big range of categories. But if you are concentrated on that, you can have a very nice profit on that.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go to the next topic.
Yeah.
So you told me that you guys, Triple Mars, also participated in IRCE.
Yeah.
So can you explain what is IRCE and what you guys saw there?
Yeah, well, I personally didn't went to the conference show IRC, which is going around the world. Actually, they have a few locations where they conduct the conference, but my partner went to Chicago. He was there last week, and IRC is like one of the biggest, amazing conferences of e-commerce in the world. It's a huge conference. I can tell you that I saw a lot of. I was speaking with my partner with a live video, and I was amazed about the show. So you should know that the guys that are there are eBay, Amazon, Walmart, Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, PayPal, everyone that consider itself as a player in the e-commerce business is over there. It's huge, and you can get sourcing of products, you can get all kinds of softwares, you can get direct connection to the guys that are doing businesses. So I can tell you that, for example, I never had a good relationship with Shopify because I never met with them or introduced to them face to face. So my partner, he went to their exhibit on the show. He spoke with them directly and he got a connection. I can always tell you, and I encourage you guys to always go to conferences like that. So the IRC is a very good one. You should read about it on the internet and see exactly the exhibits and the guys that are there. What else? I can tell you that the conference is splitted. At least this is what my partner told me. So the exhibit is splitted into two things. Half of the exhibits are for technology and softwares out there, and the second one is for products or sourcing products, which is very good, and or marketplaces. And it was amazing to see like how huge is the conference, and it's growing every year. So just so you get an understanding, it's a 4 days show, and every day costs about $120 unless you buy in advance, and it can go up to $2,000 just to attend the show and get like VIP access and stuff like that. But this is how popular is the show, and I think the number of attendees in the show was about 12,000 people. That's
Wow.
huge. That's
Wow.
huge.
Yeah, and I read that they had like almost 200 companies and startups that go there, and
Yeah.
also big companies like Fulfillment by Amazon were there.
Yeah, Fulfillment by Amazon, by the way, Shopify Plus, they branded the Shopify Plus on that. Even companies like Microsoft is over there because they always want to support people that are starting their business and promoting the cloud or the services or the G Suite or I mean not the G Suite because it's Microsoft. I mean, but the cloud or the all Microsoft services. Which
Yeah,
is,
Azure and all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and it's something that is especially beneficial for experienced people, for advanced people that already have, let's say, their business running and they want to expand. Because I used to think that why do I need to go to those physical places? I have the internet, I can connect anyone. But this is not right. This is once you get there, you understand, because once you have both the human connection and also you see what other options are around, because if you're using Google, you search for something and you get this something, but there you go and you see not only what you were looking for, you see many other ideas, and you start to connect in your brain. Oh, okay, I can use this account, I can use this supplier, and you can create many valuable things that you wouldn't think of if you haven't been there.
Yeah.
And even though it's expensive, like even $2,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it's crazy money again,
But,
but it's worth it. Two
Exactly.
stories that I can tell you that actually saved me a lot of money attending these conferences. So the story was in eBay Open conference in Las Vegas. So I've been a few times in eBay Open, and one of them in the middle of the conference, I got my PayPal account. Actually, it was the American PayPal account that was limited, and I approached to the guys that are on the conference from PayPal, of course, and one of the guys, a very good guy named Tony, he was very welcoming and very helpful, and he released the account by the end of the day, which was crazy because he expedited actually the request, and this saved me a lot of money. And the second thing that I want to say, that on another conference of eBay, same one like eBay Open but different year, I went into one of the seller growth exhibits on the conference, and one of the girls there, I still remember her name, Jennifer. She told me, hey, listen, if you wanna jumpstart new accounts on eBay, I can give you 50,000 items for free to list every month for 3 months. Just raise just build the account. I will help you open the limits, and I'm gonna help you also get the zero insertion fees. So that was great because again, it's a good jump start and it saved me a lot of money.
Yeah, imagine that instead of contacting eBay customer support, general customer support, you have an email from someone who is an executive or someone who is in a higher position that can help you directly without waiting, without wasting your time. So yeah, that's one big example. Okay, let's move forward.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit not only about Prime Day, which we talked about last time, but also regarding eBay's answer to it. So
Yeah.
can we talk about it and explain what it is?
Yeah, so eBay is I think it's the second year where eBay is doing face-to-face punching with Amazon, and they call it crashing the Prime Day. This is actually eBay words, not just mine.
Yes, hashtag.
Yeah, they hashtag it like a crash Prime Day. And what they are going to do with the Prime Day, which is crazy, they are going to give a subsidiary. That means that they're gonna fund people in order to sell their products for less money. So think about, let's say that I'm selling a PlayStation, I don't know the number that is actually the current version,
Okay,
let's say 4. Okay, so I'm selling a PlayStation by Spider-Man or whatever, which costs normally $250 or $400 if you go to Walmart or Amazon. So their goal is to just remove the final value fee, I mean the fee that you pay after you sold the item. And the second thing that they are going to do, they're gonna give them let's say $50 for each unit that they are going to sell. So in order to compete with the pricing of Amazon, what the sellers usually do, they remove or they decrease the pricing, and this stuff is selling like crazy, and it's great. It's great, and crushing the Prime Day is it's a good fight between two giants. I'm not sure how good it is for the dropshipping world where two giants are fighting with each other, and now we see a combat between those two. But anyway, it's gonna say that they're gonna drive more people into your eBay stores, and there will be probably more sales. It's becoming like another Black Friday or another Cyber Monday. So we have now crushing Prime Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there will be a lot of people buying anyway, so yeah, there will be a lot of sales either way. But it doesn't. I think that even if more are going to Amazon because Prime is probably more popular than Crash Prime Day, still there will be a lot of people looking in eBay for better prices as well. Another thing that I thought of is that, if you're not only drop shipping but also have a location in the United States like a warehouse, that may be a good opportunity for you to search for hot items, buy them and send them to your warehouse. Like maybe use Amazon FBA or e-fulfillment service or whatever fulfillment you have, or if you reside in the United States. In this day, not only on Amazon you'll have good brands that you can buy for cheap, but also on eBay there'll be as much as 50% off, so half price on stuff like KitchenAid, which is a big brand in the kitchen, Apple, LG, Samsung, Garmin, and other stuff. I just wrote here a little bit. So it's very interesting for people to seize that opportunity. Maybe you can make a lot of money not only from that day, but also by buying there cheap and then selling it when the prices are higher.
Yeah, I have to say that people are doing it a lot. They are restocking by the the promotion that those giants do. So they know that it's a very good price to purchase the product. And I'm gonna give you a very good example. I have actually this is a guy that actually taught me a lesson. Well, think about us as people that are doing retail arbitrage. What we do, we purchase product in retail price and then we make it expensive more than the price that we purchased because we want to make profit, and we sell it. So normally it's gonna be more or less like somewhere in between 25 to 30% more expensive than retail, right?
Because of fees and our profit.
Exactly. So I have a friend that actually does the same thing, but only he does it in real life. So what he is doing is waiting for a very good pricing on AirPods, iPads, many premium stuff, and he actually go to the stores, he purchase the product, and he sell it. So I told him, how can it be like scalable? How can you make profit out of it? But apparently he purchasing about $1 million per month, and he's actually waiting for the prices to raise or to the stock to be ended in order to raise the pricing. So he's doing like 20% out of the money. So think about 20% profit on $1 million
every month.
Every month. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy business. It's an amazing business, by the way. It's very hard to do and you need to be on ground, but just think about it.
Yeah, it's and you know, for people who are like you and I, who aren't in contact with Apple and buying like millions of iPads so we can get a better price, this is our opportunity to actually have a good price and then make a profit when the prices rise.
Yeah, he actually told me that sometimes the promotion is so great and so intensive that sometimes you can find new products with a very discounted price that even if you look at the refurbished products, then you will know that the prices for the refurbished are much higher than the new ones.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Interesting. Wow, that's a lot of money. Okay, so the next thing we would like to talk about is Amazon, and this is something I just read like a few hours ago. Amazon is not renewing their contract of shipping with FedEx.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll talk a little bit about what does that mean and what's going to be next. And also after that we'll talk about business policies and a little bit how it interconnects.
Okay, so Amazon, as of course most of you know, works with all shipping companies around United States and of course anywhere that they operate with, and they are starting to get more and more business into the logistics when they are using the Amazon Logistics, which is of course their own private company of doing the logistics. And now I think that what is going on is that FedEx and UPS are starting to lose more and more businesses. Now these guys are being very aggressive in order to work with Amazon because Amazon ships, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, millions of items per day. So they are trying to be very aggressive with the pricing, but they don't want to lose business. So I think that they are now starting to recognize that Amazon is slowly, bite by bite, starting to take more businesses out of them. And now they don't want to be so aggressive with the pricing. So Amazon is like doing the negotiation, and I'm guessing that this is what happened with the split of Amazon and FedEx. Now, I know that you guys are pretty much asking yourself what it has to do with us. So the most important thing about of Amazon splitting with FedEx is that we should always at least understand the way that we are building the business policies. And this is, I'm guessing, like the biggest topic of this dropshipping news. So before we're gonna jump into the business policies, I just wanna ask you, Yigal, do you think it's gonna reflect on people? Like, what do you think about Amazon being breaking up with FedEx?
Well, I think there's a couple of things here. So, for example, in the last couple of years, you see this big shift that, let's say before that, 60% of the shipments were by UPS, then a smaller fraction by FedEx and USPS. And now last year it became from 60% to just 30%. And all of the rest is going to be Amazon Prime shipment. And they're doing it, it's not just by mistake, they're planning it very much ahead, and we heard about it. And I think what they're trying to do is they're making it so fast that they want you to be able to finally receive your item as a customer within like an hour, within half an hour. And it's already happening. And it's something that probably those suppliers like FedEx and UPS, maybe they can't promise, or maybe the price for them is a little bit higher than for Amazon to do it inside. So, I mean, that's a good question. What I think it will be better for the end customer to receive this item faster. Maybe for us as drop shippers, that's a good question, because there's this Amazon logistics number that we can't, eBay doesn't accept. So there are some ways around it, but who knows? Maybe there will be kind of problems with that. Maybe eBay will start to block it. I don't know. But I think overall it will be an effect of faster shipping. So that's my take on it.
Okay, I'm gonna pause just for a second and say that Luis has just told me that people don't hear us very well, so I just turn more the volume. So feel free, guys, to tell us if it's better. We're gonna also, we're gonna bring the phone closer. But if you guys still having difficulties to hear us, let us know.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take this topic and put it in context with the business policies. So as you guys know, Amazon Logistics is like it's a great company that ships items, but as you know, Amazon and eBay is in relationship, but it's complicated. So that means that they don't accept the tracking number of Amazon Logistics. They have issues of validating the carrier, and that means that we need to be let's say more productive with that, because as more and more that as long as Amazon is taking more and more portions of this shipment, we are having more and more issues. I can tell you that like 2 years ago it was very easy to get a top-rated seller with tracking being uploaded and validated by carrier. But then Amazon Logistics started to take byte by byte, and it go up to 15, even 20% out of the shipments, which was a lot, and we lost the top-rated sellers. And then I'm guessing that most of you heard today that there is a solution with another carrier, Blue Care Express. So these guys are doing a lot of work. Just a second, I think that maybe just a second, maybe remove the case.
The case? Okay, guys. So hold on. Don't worry, we're still here. I just want to make sure that you guys hear us okay, so I'll remove the case. Okay. Okay, so if you can hear us, let's see, let's tag you more again. If you can hear us better now, or if there is issues, please write down because we want you guys to hear us okay.
Yeah. Maybe if we move to here, I think it will be better as both of us. I think it's a nicer view anyway.
Yeah. Beautiful Israel.
Yeah. So, in continuation, and I'm gonna try to speak a little bit louder in order for us to make sure that you guys can hear us. So again, I was speaking about Blue Care Express, and those guys are doing a very good job with replacing the tracking number, and of course I know that most of you guys, at least the advanced ones, are using it, and it's a very good one. So continue to use it. I think that
Yeah, all good.
okay, I think that we're all good now. Luis, can you let us know?
It's okay. Alexander says that we're okay, so maybe yeah, we'll just talk a bit louder.
Okay, perfect. So, I was starting to speak about the business policies. So the business policies is actually a very important thing, and I'm gonna speak about it in a few ways. So the way that I see business policies is, first of all, I see the vectors of, or I'm thinking about, first of all, like, who is my source? This is one vector. Second of one is, what is the destination of the item? And the third one is, of course, what policy can I be up to? So let's call it the user. Now, if I'm sourcing items from Amazon, it could be sold by Amazon, it could be a fulfillment by Amazon, it could be a marketplace. This actually brings me into a place where I need to choose the correct business policy. Now, I think for the sake of good for everyone that doesn't know what business policies means, maybe we're gonna take it a little bit before and say business policies refers into my payment method, my return method, and my shipping method. Also, I can say that item location is being inserted somewhere in the shipping location inside,
Yeah.
but mainly this is what I refer to when I say business policies. Now, when I'm thinking about the way that I'm building my business policies, as mentioned, my source really dictates the way that I need to choose my business policies. But actually not just this, because people are always dictating their business policies by the way of their source, or the way that the source gives them, like the shipping time or the return and stuff like that. But I think it's also related to the marketplace that you are selling into. So let's say that I'm selling in eBay. Of course, there things are more flexible because I can change my business policies always. I think that almost always.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can change the way that I'm taking payments. If I need to change my PayPal account, I can change my return policy. I can change my shipping policy or the item location. So I'm guessing that it's more like flexible. In comparison to Amazon, when I'm selling on Amazon, then I need to be with a policy that is being dictated by Amazon itself. And I cannot have nothing to say about it unless it's my product and I'm selling it for more. But let's say I'm joining a list on the FBA, then I need to get like the Amazon business policy or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, the third one of the destination, let's say, is of course like the Shopify store. So people are always thinking, well, this is my store, I can do whatever I want, I can do whatever business policy I want to implement. But actually, this is not true. You should always know that people don't count on you guys when they come to your Shopify store as much as they count on you when they go to Amazon or eBay, because of course this is a website that doesn't have reputation
Yeah,
like
they
eBay
don't
or-
trust you yet.
Yeah, so you need to be very careful with that. And I know that sometimes people are doing a lot of mistakes, like they are doing like a very low handling time in order to attract more people, and then they don't answer to the business policies as well as they need to, and they think that if it's Shopify then everything is okay, and of course this always gets you more issues or troubles.
Yeah.
And you need to play by the rules.
Yeah, also I want to say regarding Shopify, I know for sure from sources that are trusted that when, let's say, you're promoting your Shopify store on Facebook, you promote a certain item, Facebook will see if the people that you're bringing from there are satisfied with their purchase. They have their own ways, their own connection, the pixel and other stuff, and they can see that if people are not happy with the shipping time or with the product, or they think it's a negative product, using Facebook's algorithms, AIs and whatever, they will start to give you less exposure, because they understand that now it's very popular to drive people from Facebook as traffic to purchase stuff, to e-commerce, and they want people to be happy, otherwise it hurts the Facebook brand. So it's always important to have the right expectations, whether it's on eBay, on Amazon, or on Shopify. And in eBay, yes, as you said more, there's a couple of advantages. First of all, eBay is a trusted place. It's kind of a platform that everyone knows and trusts, and if there's problem, there's feedback, there's customer support on eBay and stuff like that. Also, they're very flexible, so you can choose in your business policy your shipping time, maybe 1 to 3 days, or if it's economic, or if it's international, or if the item is shipped from an international to United States. You can calculate it exactly as you know that your supplier can permit you. And another thing that you also told me, and I completely agree, is your cash flow and your business, the way you conduct business. So can you talk about it?
Yeah, this is like the third vector. So people are always looking themselves as people that will be good in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the story of from tomorrow I'm gonna do diet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from tomorrow I'm gonna do more good deeds or something like that. So this is the way that people are acting actually in their business. So
Mhm.
what is going on is that people are always saying, well, today I had issues, but tomorrow I'm gonna purchase the products a lot faster. Tomorrow I'm gonna run my cash flow better,
Mm-hmm.
or tomorrow I'm gonna do whatever I need better.
Yeah.
But the reality is not always relying just on us. So for example, I know that you guys are suffering from multiple Amazon accounts that been closed, and from other stuff like that we don't have actually control on, such as PayPal restricting or taking some of your money as a rolling reserve. Yeah, and stuff like that, and this is things that doesn't help your business grow. It's doing the opposite way. It's
Yes.
actually driving your cash flow down. Now, let's say that I committed to ship the item in 1 to 3 days, and I give I don't know, even 1 day as a handling time, which is supposed to be very fast, at least according to the customer. But then when I'm encountering with a lot of growing in my sales, I can find myself in a way where I cannot actually execute the orders, and this can be like a very bad thing for my business.
Like for example, you have your cash in PayPal, but now you have to buy something from Amazon. So you have to take it from your PayPal to your, let's say, Payoneer or your bank account or whatever, and it takes time. And these 2 days that it takes are crucial because let's say you committed to ship it within 1 or 2 business days, but now these days are still, the cash is locked in your account. And when it's a lot of orders, a lot of dollars on the way, it's not very simple to take your credit card and buy it like that.
Exactly. So I think that just to summarize, and I'm gonna say that we're gonna do a very nice video for dropshipping, free videos, when we're gonna explain like the way to put exactly like the correct policy when you're using eBay as your marketplace to sell your items. And we're gonna speak a lot of international shipping and the way to optimize it, and we're gonna speak about the handling time, the shipping time, the returns, and we're gonna give you all kinds of tips from and benefits in between how many people, like let's say, return an item up to 14 days and how many in percentage return an item up to 30 days, and how much in percentage, and this is an important one, return an item up to 60 days. Like if I see that the difference between the percentage is not that big, then sometimes it's good result for me to create like the correct business policy and just take in consideration like a calculated risk, let's say. So we're gonna do a very good video regarding that, and we're gonna speak about it a lot. But just to summarize everything, so I'm guessing that you should know that business policies is mainly about you, then the marketplace where you're selling, and then in reflection to what the source is actually providing you guys. And I can say that business policy is not strict. You should always examine the business policies. You should always think about changing them, and I think that this is the proper way to do and conduct business.
Yeah, and also you have to remember your competition, right? Because
Exactly.
sometimes, the average of the competition is, let's say, 3 business days. But now, as Amazon improved even more with their shipping speed, everybody is now trying to do 2 business days handling or 1 business day. And then it's something that affects your placing in eBay results. There's Cassini, I made a video on that in the group, that also takes into account your shipping speed and handling time. So you have to be careful not to give yourself too much time, like 3, 4 or 5 business days, when everybody else selling the same stuff is giving 1 or 2 business days handling and like 1 day shipping. So that's something also to take into account. So yeah, I think I would say, 2 business days for me, from my experience, was the most convenient for me, because it's not too long to make my results lower, but it's not too short also for me to to be difficult for me to find the money to use it and to execute the orders, so they will actually go through in the time that I commit to my customers.
Yeah, just one thing that I wanted to add regarding that is automation. I think that I see and hear nowadays people speaking about, let's say, the myth of being flagged by using API. I think it's actually one of the biggest myths of our industry, because I truly believe, and I know after investigating this issue from the inside, I can say that for sure this is more a behavioral act by eBay than using this software or another. So it means that if I have a lot of returns, if I have business policies that I don't actually comply with, or if there are other things that I don't know don't do in my account in order to run my business properly. This is actually what makes like the most or the biggest issues with my account, and having my account flagged, and not dealing with this software or another. At least this is my point of view. So in regarding to that, I'm guessing that moving into automation is actually supposed to help you comply with the business policies better than other things. Like if I do an automatic ordering, that means that I comply with tracking that is being uploaded very fast, with orders that are being executed very fast, with less risk of my item being price changed and becoming a negative profit. And sometimes when it became too negative, then people are doing cancellation. So I think that moving into automation and using actually software help you avoid being flagged by API or being flagged by eBay, and not the myth of being flagged as an API or something like that.
Yeah, and also remember that when you're using software to list your items, you also have what's called the zero safeguard or zero filter. That means that if you, let's say, put 1,000 items, some of them are almost guaranteed to be zero items. That you know what zero is, I guess, and if not, then it's short for verified rights owner. It's a program that eBay does for people who own copyright and trademark to their product, or there are people who purchased the right to have this trademark, and to kind of point out sellers that are using this item or using the photos, using the trademark and stuff like that in their listings. And then by them indicating to eBay, hey, look at this person, please take it down, eBay will take down your item and will mark you. So if you have thousands of items, it's almost for sure that some of these items are in this zero program. And if you're using a good monitor that always updates their list of what items are in this zero list, it will prevent you from putting these items and putting your account at risk. Because they're not just removing your items, they're also flagging your account in a certain way. And if you do more than a couple, they'll start to suspend your account, let's say, starting from 1 day, then 3 days, then 7 days, 2 weeks, 30 days. And if you didn't get the hint, they will then suspend your account forever. So it's also a big advantage of using software and automation.
Okay, I think it's a very good time to wrap up everything and get questions from you guys.
Yes.
So let's start with seeing a little bit questions.
Yes, there was one from Suhaib, so let's see if we have before that. If not, we'll go straight to you.
No, I think there was a little bit before. Wait.
I think that it's about the sound that Yasin was talking.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So Sohaib is asking BCE, Blue Care Express tracking, which we talked about. This is kind of what if you have Amazon Logistics, then you use BCE to generate special tracking that eBay accepts and verifies. So he says this BCE tracking is not accepted by PayPal algorithm, i.e. money is not released when BCE tracking says delivers, unlike UPS and FedEx. So maybe I'll clarify that before we answer. What it means is that So accounts that are new in eBay, they will tell PayPal to hold your money for 21 days. It's either 21 days or when the tracking shows delivered. So when the item is delivered, eBay says to PayPal, okay, you can now release this money. So this happens when it's a verified tracking number that's like FedEx or UPS, etc. And when it's BCE, according to what Suhaib says, and maybe more you can expand on that because I'm not sure regarding that, PayPal does not accept it as a good tracking number to release this money. So what happens then, and what's the answer here?
Well, in general, and it really depends on and rely on where the PayPal location is, but mainly, let's say if I will speak about Israeli PayPals, for example. So for the first 3 months, PayPal holds money, as Eagle explained, and what release them is of course tracking number, but also this is not just this one. Like there are people that are suffering from this for a very long time, and it's related sometimes to the way that they provided, like with PayPal, the way in order to okay. No, so there is ways to verify yourself with PayPal, and if you are doing it properly, then after a while, and I'm guessing 3 months is more or less like the time at least here, it should be released then instantly once you show a very positive behavior when you sell on this platform. So the way to do that is to connect bank account and verify it, and the second one is to connect credit card and verify it. Okay, and then the second thing that you must do, then you know, when you go to your eBay account and you click on my eBay and then go to account and then you click on PayPal on the left side, you will see there is become verified. So always click on the become verified, because this is very important, and this is also helps you guys overcome it. Now, I'm not sure regarding other countries or the how long is the period of that, but always you should know that PayPal in general, and this is a tip that I'm always giving like people, and I can tell you from being very close to guys in PayPal. Actually, a special surprise will be that we're gonna do a live on PayPal offices. And one of the things that people from PayPal always say, when the user communicates with us, then it's a very good sign for us to be in him as like
in good relations.
And good, yeah, in good relation. So I think that this is mainly like the best way. Contact PayPal, don't be afraid to speak with them, ask them questions, and see if this is something that can help you guys work for this. Okay.
There's another question here. Let's see. All right. Please, can you tell me any good alternative of Kamatera? I want to use it to unlink my accounts. Okay, so we talked about in the last video we had. There's the proxy and VPN, so you can use it. It's not an RDP, it's not a server that goes up and you use it and you enter it, but it's something that you can use with, let's say, Chrome Portable or Firefox Portable, where basically you set up there the proxy. So it means that it's not linked with the other instances of Chrome or Firefox you have on your computer. So let's say you have 5 eBay stores. You open for 5 of them 5 Chrome portables. You use 5 different proxies for them, and for each one of them you open the eBay account, you open the PayPal account and the Amazon accounts that you're using, so that they're not linked. So this might also save you time and money, because the machines are more expensive. Another thing, and more you mentioned that, is another service. Can you talk about it?
Yeah. So as mentioned, I spoke about it a lot in the last session, but I think that a very good service, if you really want to separate between your accounts and don't want to use Kamatera, you can always use the Google Cloud Platform, which I see as something very easy to use. There is also the Microsoft Azure, which is also another option. By the way, people don't know it, but AliExpress, the Taobao concern, has a very good cloud, and people uses it as well. But I'm guessing that you're gonna need to acquire at least a lot of information, or collect information or videos in order to know how to operate it properly.
Yes, yeah. But basically, those proxies of proxy and VPN are pretty good. So you'll be good with that. What else? Do we have any other questions? Let's see. Nope. I think we are good. Okay. So before we finish, anything you want to add?
No, I think it was a good session, and we're gonna, of course, will accept topics for next week. So until then, I'm guessing that that's it.
Perfect. Okay, guys, so thank you very much. Hope this was helpful to you and that you learned a lot. We will meet you at the same place, same time on Monday, next Monday, and we'll be happy to have any questions that you have from this session and from other sessions that you had. You are always welcome to post them and to give us those questions, and we will mention that in the next video, as well as ideas you might have. So thank you very much. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.